everyone, and welcome back to another segment of our stair tutorial using constrained floor elevation. Today we are going to talk about doing an L-shaped stair or a U-shape or any kind actually that you want. You can put this in any direction that you want. They don't even have to be together, they can be in different areas. Basically what it is doing more than one level of a deck or a porch or whatever it is that you are interested in doing. So if you are interested in seeing how to create this look with the stairs that I created in this little house, go ahead and stay tuned and we will get started. So the first one we are going to work with today is going to be one that you could do like a two-tier deck or porch or something along that line. So one of the things you're going to do is you're going to put a foundation down. It doesn't really matter if you use the actual floor foundation or if you use walls and then just lower them. I just find it easier to use a foundation first. And then you're going to decide approximately basically your next level on where exactly you want it. Now remember that your house is going to be on top of the next level, so you're going to want to make sure you take up the part of the foundation that at least has the house, and then of course portion of the foundation that has that's going to be just porch. So let's go ahead and get something made here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is we're going to shrink or lower this floor here. So we'll go ahead and get a floor on it, and then we're going to put up our cheat, the constrained floor elevation false cheat, and then we're just going to lower it. So it's going to depend on where exactly, how low you want it to be. I'm not going to make this very tall, so I'm going to put 3 in that way, because you got to remember you got your main foundation here, so you got to include that on how high you want the house. And of course if you don't want this to be quite as high, you can also lower that. Each one of the foundation here is 4 steps, and then of course you're going to decide how many from there. So like full flight of stairs for instance is I believe 16 steps if I'm correct. So since this right here down here is only 4, and I say you want it to be 8 steps high, then you're going to take this down 3 sets of stairs. So you're going to take them down a total of 12, which would then give us just 4 steps higher, if that makes any sense. You kind of have to have an idea of how tall or how high you want your foundation, because this right here is actually going to be pretty much all of the foundation. We're just going to have part of it a little bit lower. So you're going to use your cheat to lower that portion of the foundation. And to make it look a little bit easier for you, so you can kind of understand what I mean by this being foundation. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. I didn't want to recolor it, I wanted to copy it. There we go. To give you kind of an idea what I mean by foundations, we're going to go ahead and recolor that to be the same. So as you can see, that gives it one foundation. And if you don't want it to be this tall, like I said, if you just want it to be maybe normal size foundation, then you're going to cut this down by 2 stairs, and then you're going to take this down 2 more stairs than what we already did, and that'll give you the 4 stair height. So now we're going to go ahead and kind of pretend we already have, we have our house built. So we're just going to put the house here. Like I said, basically your foundation is underneath. So our house is going to be a little bit high because I didn't take the time to make it any lower, which is okay. It's not a problem. I'm just going to go ahead and put a roof on just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer while we're working with it, so it makes it a little bit more visual for you to see what it is we're doing. I'm going to get that lowered. There we go, that's good enough. Okay, so basically, and you can design this however you want. I just put it in this direction just to make it easier. But you can put these however you want, and you can bring it around. So just keep in mind, each level here is considered a floor. So you have one floor here, and this one's going to be next floor, and then here's floor 3. So always keep in mind how tall you plan on making your house, and you know exactly what you're going to do here. So so basically we're going to go ahead and put in our stairs. I'm just going to kind of show you, we're going to pretty much do 2 tutorials in one, that way we're not going all over the place. So we'll go ahead, I like using at least, you know, 2 wide, sometimes even 3, but definitely not 5. There we go. To kind of give you a little bit of an idea. So we're going to put that there, and then I'm going to put this one here. Whoops. Make sure you take your cheat off, otherwise sometimes the stairs doesn't want to come back, you know, sometimes wants to be stupid and, you know, not work quite right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and point out what we're going to be showing you in this tutorial is also filling in these gaps here. It's a little bit different when you do a tier. I'm going to go ahead and put a fence in, just so, like I said, to help visually, so you can see this, visually see what we're doing. There we go. Okay, so what I like to do is fill in kind of like the foundation underneath, and of course I'll go ahead and show you again how we do that. I know in other videos I have already shown, but we're going to go ahead and show it again. And in order to do this, you're going to put your cheat back on. So we're going to change the true to false. And you're going to go down to the level that you're working with. So we're going to go down one more because we need it to connect. You can either, it doesn't really matter, as long as the wall here connects to the foundation or the level area that you are currently working with. So we're working with the bottom, so I'm going to bring it around and connect. Always also make sure where the floor comes up does not change where the floors are sitting. The floor currently is sitting. In case those are in the way, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of them. So you're going to go ahead and delete your stairs, or maybe your stairs haven't been put in. That's okay, whichever comes first. So we're going to go ahead and put these in, and by doing that, it's going to basically trick the game into thinking that these stairs are inside of a building, and it's going to create the foundation here underneath the stairs for you and kind of help give it more of a finished look. So that's all we have to do for those. Those are very simple. I do these kind all of the time. So you probably already know how to do the ones that are on the first area of the foundation here. I'm going to go ahead and just recolor those again just for visual sake. That way we can see it better. There we go. So you can kind of understand a little bit more of what we're doing. Now, as you can see, sometimes it continues to mess us up, even though I took out the other, walls. Just go ahead and flatten them. You have your cheat on, so just go ahead and flatten them. Now, here's where it's going to be a little bit different than what you have seen me do in other speed builds. Is we're going to create another layer of stairs that's going to be higher than the one below, and it's not going to be done quite the same, and I'm going to show you why that is. So we're just going to go ahead and put them there. As you can see, it did not fill that in, and that does kind of look unfinished. I think anyway, it looks unfinished. It doesn't look very supported. It just looks like a great place for a bunch of trash and everything else to wind up. It just doesn't look quite as nice, at least in my opinion. Now, if we were to say do what we just did, and we're going to fill in down here, just like I had said, that's what we're thinking anyway, filling it in. That way, to trick the game, into thinking that we are in a house or in a room. So then we're going to go ahead and put our stairs in. Oops, I guess we'll go one more. Okay, maybe if I can get them to clip in. It's probably because that sheet's on. Sometimes, like I said, having the constrained floor elevation sheet can sometimes cause it where your stairs don't go in. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Did I make it 2? Oh my gosh, I made it 5 wide. Oh my goodness, instead of 4. That's probably it. See, there they go. Now, as you can see, it didn't fill it in. And you're going to ask yourself, well, she told me to put the wall around, and I did that, and it didn't fill in. I'm going to show you why that is and why that did not work like we had done with the other stairs, which can make these kind a little bit more confusing. So, we're going to go ahead and take this out real quick. Oops. Gotta have our cheat back on. That's why it's a good thing to have it in and know the trick in bringing that back up is just hitting the arrow key. That way we don't have to retype it, and that makes that go a lot quicker. Let me just go ahead and get this re-leveled out all over. I'm not sure why that went back up on me, but that is okay. We will just flatten it back out. Okay, the reason why when we put them stairs in, the reason why it didn't fill that in, the gap right there for you and make a nice foundation piece is because this area up here is not the same floor as this one. They are on completely different floors. Whatever you do here is not going to affect the stairs up here. So to create our area here, you have to create the wall up here. So we're going to go up 1. You see how that is not on the foundation. It's not on ground level. It's up 1. That's what you're going to do. You don't have to come all the way out here if you don't want to. I'm just going to bring it around. Yeah, of course it's going to tell me can't intersect. I guess I probably did the stairs backwards, but technically I wanted to do them this way so I could show you that they're not done the same way. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of bring it around. I always tend to make these bigger than necessary, which is, you know, it's okay. It doesn't matter how big you make them. Your little wall right there. That's fine. Now that we have the wall on the next floor done, now we can get our floor or our stairs that we had. Why don't we do a different stair? We'll just do a plain stair, whatever. And put it in. And as you can see, now that we have put the wall in, whoops, guess that's what happens when, it's kind of hard to see. I didn't put that wall, you know, they didn't take it. Let's go ahead and take it out so you can see. There you go. Now as you can see, it put it in because we put this wall in on the floor that our stairs is on. So no matter where your level is, however many levels you do decide to create, because you can do more than just what I did here. As you can see, all you gotta do is put that wall in on the floor that you are working with. We're gonna go ahead and paint that in so you can see. And there you go. That's how you do that one. Now we're going to go ahead so you can see the full effect. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put this one in. Of course, this one you have to go out a little bit farther because the stairs themselves have to get put in. So we're going to go ahead and just go around. And it's done pretty quickly. The more you do this technique, the quicker you will get. So don't worry about that. You will get faster. Let's move this down to 3. Connect those in. And now we're going to go ahead and take out the wall. And it don't matter how pretty your wall is. As you can see, I didn't exactly connect mine quite straight. Just as long as you get them in. Sometimes these walls go back down and sometimes they don't. Don't worry about it. Just go in and make the adjustments. Now we're going to go ahead and recolor here. and here. And there you go. That is how you will do a, I guess you could call it a tri-level porch or a deck, or I guess whatever it is you want to call it. I really don't know what you would call it when you have more than one level. So you can have the stairs have a nice foundation underneath. This is pretty much how you're gonna do it. I'm just kind of looking for, don't they have, here's one. I thought so. So go ahead and put the railings in. So you can have a nice foundation to go along with it. So, but this is pretty much this portion of this tutorial. This goes along with the other stair tutorials that we have done. If you have not seen those and you're a little bit curious more on the constrained floor elevation, there is a tutorial also for that is going to go into more detail on things that you can do with that cheat. And there's also a video that shows you how to do some more, another kind of stairs inside of the house, an L-shape and U-shaped stairs for ones that have a freeze level. So be sure to check those out if you have not seen them. Those will be in my playlist for tutorials. And this is the third video of this series. So if you have any more questions on stairs, if you are wondering how to do a specific look, or maybe if you little tips or anything like that that you have questions about, feel free to go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if this video helped you out, I would love to know if it helped you in your build before, or like a build that you've done. I'd like to know if it's helped you out. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.